Okay, thank you, Rayon. Trevor, the camera's on you, so I'll start with you, and now you can smile. Just your assessment of the scrumming performance, please, Trev, over the first 2 test matches, some changes made by the Lions, and just how satisfying was it for you personally to swap roles last weekend and produce such a dominant performance? Sorry, we're on mute. Zena. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, obviously scrum will always be challenging, but for me, it's all about the pack. Obviously, they swapped a few players in the past 2 tests that we played, and obviously, yes, I did start the first test on tight head, but obviously, as everyone know, we had a bit of a nickel here and there, and I was asked obviously to go to loose head, but for me, it had nothing to do. Especially about me, it was about the pack, the unity, and how we were going to implement a few things in the game. So I had the backing from the coaches, the players, and I trusted that things were going to go well. So for me, once you put on that Springbok rugby jersey, whether you whatever number it is, if you're in the front row, you know there's a job that you need to do, and you got a backing from the whole pack. So I think that was the success of it.
Trevor, it's impossible not to ask you about a delightful little video doing the rounds of your daughter celebrating you, seeing you on television. But she clearly thinks you're a tight head because she had a number 3 jersey on.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that was the position that I've been playing at my union, and that when I came here and I played obviously the Georgia test and obviously the first test was obviously on number 3. So I think maybe we can blame her mother. Should have made a 1 and a 3. But it was just amazing for me and awesome for me to be able to see my whole one recognizing and enjoying watching a bit of rugby. So yeah, it brought a little bit of tears to my eyes when I saw the video for the first time. But she's always going to be my number 1 supporter, and that was just amazing for me.
Thanks again, Rayon. Question for Trevor, please. Trevor, we're well aware, that you've been sort of like a swinger, in the scrum, for years now and stuff. But you have been playing a lot of tight head for the past few years and stuff. How was the adaptation, from loose head again last week? Was it in any way difficult, or did you feel it just could seamlessly, slide in almost back into the number 1 position, just from a technical perspective and that type of thing?
Yeah, well, from a technical perspective, there's a lot of different things that happen there. I know most people just think that a prop is just a prop. But it was a bit challenging. It was a bit challenging for me to move back because I think for the past, I don't know, maybe the last time I think I actually played on the loose head was 2016, I think. So it was a bit of a challenge. I've been playing loose head for the past 2 years. So moving from tight head to loose head was a bit challenging. But with that being said, I've got a lot of help from Kitsi, from the guys that have been playing loose head for the past 2 years, and that's the nice thing about this group. And obviously the tight head that she's scrumming against, Fran and them will obviously also try to help you and tell you, okay, try and do this a bit more. I hate it when a loose head does this and all those type of things. So as a group, we found a way to try and help each other, and because we all know it's for the better of the team. So the guys sat with me a bit and gave me a few pointers, and saw how they told me how they do things and how we work out things. But obviously with Coach Dan, he's just an amazing, passionate guy when it comes to scrumming. So obviously he knows his thing, and I think he also played there a bit, and he gave me a few pointers as well. So I went into the game confident enough that we've done the prep, we've done the work, and I've been put into that situation a few times during training, and so I was confident enough to be able to put in the jersey and go out there and put up a performance. But like I said in the beginning, and I think Frans touched on it as well, the credit with us always goes to the back five, because they've been immense. They just give their all every single time we go into a scrum, whether it's a training session or it's in the game. We've got so much firepower at the back that we just need to concentrate on the few things that we need to get right, and we know that they will always bring the heat from behind.
Thank you, Trevor. We've been going for 45 minutes. We're going to close out. First up will be Nathan, and then Percival Young. Nathan. Thank you, Frans. And Percival Young.
Oh, must I answer the question you asked?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. That's a tough one. And I would say actually earlier in my younger days, when not to say that I'm old, but when I started playing, I was always a loose head. I've always played loose head, and there came a time in my career where at unions where we were short of tight heads and so forth and so forth, and I was asked to start covering that position. And at that time, if you had asked me, I would tell you that I'm a loose head, just helping out on tight head. But as time went on, that started to change. In all honesty, it started to change. And if you asked me maybe 2 weeks ago or so, and you say, Trevor, what position do you prefer to play? I would have easily, with no doubt, said I'm a tight head. I can try and cover loose head, but I'm full on tight head. And I still feel the same way. But right now I'm on loose head, and that's what the team needs, and that's what I'm gonna do. It has nothing to do about Trevor himself. It's about South Africa. It's about the green and gold. So even if they want to put me on lock, I would go, but I don't know if it will be a line-out option. But for me, it's just wear the green and gold jersey wherever you need it, and try your utmost best to give everything. And I think the coaches are reasonable enough to. They're not going to ask you for miracles. They're going to ask you for things you've done before, the things that they know you're capable of doing. So I've got the backing from them and the backing from my teammates. So right now, Trevor Nyakane is covering loose head for the Springboks, and that's what exactly I'm going to do, and that's what I'm looking forward to do.